Hello, fellow travelers. I'm Veronica from Human Design Journey with the series about the channels. And here we come to the channel of mating, a design focused on reproduction. It's part of the defense circuit group. It's a creative channel of that circuit. It's tribal, so keep noted support. It is a generated channel, comes out of the sacral center and powers the emotional center. So there is this spark happening between the two, which sexuality and desire brings reproduction, brings intimacy, brings opening of the barriers and coming up with a result. And usually it can be result as children or it can be something else. But this is I'm part of the minor circuit, defense circuit, which is here responsible for the genetic imperative on our planet to make more, to survive. And of course, this has to be ignited by the emotional center, this fire, or maybe the fire is ignited by the sacral center and can make a whole explosion. It's the only pure emotional generated channel. And the sixth gate has all the waves, all the three waves of the emotional center are generated in the sixth gate. And we know how emotional that can get. And the 59 responds to that emotional turbulence of conflict and seeks to disperse it via intimacy, restoring the intimacy. And this can, of course, lead to reproduction, but it's not limited to that. It can be something creative, a project, or something fruitful, which comes out of a relationship or something else. And this emotional generator needs clarity. So intimacy is not a process that should be taken spontaneously. Getting intimate with somebody spontaneously brings danger. It's a process which needs clarity and time to figure out whether it's the correct response, the healthy response, and whether this response stays in time. Or it changes from positive to negative, or from negative to positive, or let's say from really having the energy for it to having your energy depleted from that. It's a design focused on reproduction, so it's a highly fertile force. If you have this channel, and even if you're not ovulating, you can, with the right person, the right timing, you can ovulate. Or if you're the male, you can put your partner in ovulation. So be very careful with this channel. Babies can happen just like that. Actually, not only with yourself, but this channel can help people with reproductive problems, or even not with problems, but basically, if you make love and then you meet this channel in your vicinity, so it can be just somebody passing by. Actually, this energy is needed for the pregnancy to happen. So people with this channel can just invite people over for dinner if they're trying to conceive, or get together with them and at the right timing, and it will help tremendously for this to happen, for fruitfulness to come out of this. But as I said, it's not limited to sexuality. This channel is, once those people get into your aura, they penetrate your aura, they put down your barriers, and very fast you feel intimate with them. And it gives sometimes social chaos and problems because often it's interpreted as intimate, coming on to somebody, intimate energy, sexual energy, and that you're open to intimacy, while it can be that you're just open to that person, and it can be in many different ways. But those people with this channel, they release their emotionality only through intimacy. And this can be confusing. They might look like they are quite calm and that nothing emotional is really happening. And the moment you touch them, or you hug them, or you shake hands, it can start an emotion in them, or suddenly that they get aware of an emotion which was going on already. And once they're in contact, they can show emotionality, tears, trembling, everything with the body, which gives out the sudden emotion that is coming out of them, that is happening. Mm, and it's a build up, it's a slow build up. It's the tribal emotional wave, although it has all the three waves. So it's very complicated. In many layers are here. It's the source of the three emotional waves. So the most important here is being open or close to intimacy. And yet the tribal wave is building up slowly, moment by moment by moment, until it reaches a point where it's like, I had enough. And it can be quite disastrous when they react without clarity, without waiting to see things from all sides of their emotional wave, and wanting to be spontaneous, wanting to release that emotional tension, and in connection with the sacral power, it can get quite distorted when there is no clarity and bring emotional chaos, which other people will ride that wave of emotions. So clarity is the most important here, and responding healthy, correctly to things. Um, and the gift here is to penetrate others, to fast make intimate contact when you're open, because you can also be closed. And this can be quite, at the same time, advantageous and give you advantage, or being quite challenging in your social interactions. But these people, once they come to a team or to a project, or to create a family with somebody or a company with somebody, they can bring fruits. They can bring dispersion of this energy, and they can bring life to any project, fertility. Excuse me. And yeah, they're quite fertile with just their energy is very creative. It's a creative life force. Mm, the 59th is a roll gate. This is where our part of the seven roll gates. It's where our profiles come from, and it's our sexual roll gate. So when we have, for instance, the fifth gate, it's called femme fatale or Casanova. It comes from the fifth line of the 59th gate. Or if we talk about mm, the other lines of the 50th gate, 59th gate. Let's look exactly at them so we see our sexual roles. So the first line here, it's called um, the preemptive strike. It is a military term, which means you hit first before you get hit by the other army. Here it is in the sense like um, they say, Ra explains that the caveman, cavewoman, you go, you bang them by the head and you drag them by their hair to your cave and be intimate with them. So the first line, it can be um, investigative, but it also can be quite primitive in its ways. It's a very passionate type of uh, caveman, cavewoman mentality. Let's get to down to business kind of way. Then the second one is called shyness. There are barriers you have to break. They withdraw and come back and withdraw and come back. Then the third one, the third line is called openness. And they can be open to feel something new, mutative, or they can be open to um, transforming into promiscuity even through union with others. The fourth line is brotherhood, sisterhood. You need to be friends before you're intimate with somebody. The fifth line already mentioned, the femme fatale Casanova, where you are quite mm, projected upon, and it is flirtatious, but it seduces you so that it's seduced back. Then we have the sixth line, the one night stand, to accept only temporary unions and to really look for the perfect one night stand. Otherwise, you will not go into a one night stand unless you feel it's the power of intimacy, regardless of conditions, and the drive for sexual and intimate diversity. So as you see, this is our sexual roles, um, which come out from the 6 lines of the 59th gate. And it's an important channel for us, the channel of mating. Together with the 2750, it creates like a cradle of life, surrounded by the mm, tribal circuit group, like protecting life on this planet, protecting the reproduction and the genetic diversity so that we're all healthy and survive. This channel really, and together with the whole defense circuit, if you have it, that influences your entire body graph. And in everything in your life, you will have those nuances of fertility and nurturing, reproduction, taking care of that production. It's mm, really showing us how we survived as humanity for so long. It is thanks to the defense circuit. And right now, what's interesting that is happening in the background frequency is that we're moving from tribal bonds and unions, tribal unions, stickiness, to individual background frequency. And there is going to be the 55th gate active, and right now the 55th gate in the emotional center is undergoing mutation because the emotional center, as you probably know, is becoming from center of um, motorized power to an awareness center. So we will have, or children born after 2027 will have the potential for emotional awareness. We don't know exactly what it is, how it's going to turn out to be. But certainly that motor function will be a little bit diminished. And the 55th gate, if we look at the mandala wheel, is exactly on the other side of the 59th gate. It's the opposition in the wheel. So if it's the polarity, then the 59th gate is greatly affected by the mutation happening in the 55th gate. And we can already see it that fertility is becoming quite an issue in our world. It's declining. Um, we need more assistive reproduction. Also has to do with age and people not being ready to have children when they're young and when they're most um, viable. It's the peak of the sexuality um, between 20 and 25, 6 years of age in female and male. Um, Afterwards, there is decline, and later, people have children. And we see a lot of problems in our fertility, and there are more and more tube babies. This mutation is really hitting us, and it's changing our fertility. It's changing our reproduction. It really hits the defense circuit. We're going to feel it really intensely. And um, yeah, there will be also the 59th gate, part of the cross of the sleeping phoenix. So the 59th gate stays, and it's tribal energy. Um, just a second. Which will actually bring the new species on the planet. The 59 gate will birth the new species, and we are going to be the midwife of the new species called the rave. The raves. They're the new evolutionary step in humanity. We're so-called intransitus, and we're Homo sapiens intransitus, bringing out the new species. So the 59th gate being part of the sleeping phoenix, cross of the sleeping phoenix, which is the next evolutionary step, and the next background frequency, which is coming on the planet in 2027, will bring big change. It's the one night stand, the 59-6. We enter backwards with big cycles. So we're now in the first line, and we enter the sixth line, the one night stand, and looking for the ideal, for the best, for the soulmate. So interesting times are coming with this mutation, and indeed, we can ponder that it's one door is closing, the door to Homo sapiens intransitus. Humanity is finishing one period, one big cycle, and entering into a new one where new species will come and will be born. And the 59 gate will be fertile for them, but will it be fertile for us? For now, we see the opposite trend. I will leave you with that. Um, and thoughts about how we survived as humanity with the help of the defense circuit. If you want more, you can subscribe to my channel, go to my other socials, or to my website, humandesignjourney.com. Everything is Human Design Journey on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, so you can find me easily there. And if you liked this video, please show it with thumbs up. Comment if you have this channel or you know somebody with this channel or you have some something that you noticed and you want to share. I would love to hear that. And show your support. We have keyword support here. I would love to get your support, guys. I'm doing it to support you in your knowledge. And please mind, everything in design is holistic. You cannot, I'm taking this channel out of context. You cannot talk through one channel about one person unless they have only this channel, and yet, and still, there will be other activations. So we look at charts holistically, at body graphs holistically, and please mind that. That's it for now, and I'll be back with more eventually. So stay tuned. Bye for now.